Hello, hello, hello. Yes, it is time once again for a talking time-lapse video with your good buddy, Josh Davenport, creator of RGBros Comics. Today's video is brought to you by the fine folks supporting the work over on Patreon. That's Brandon, Dan, Vivian, and Matt. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I'd like to thank the patrons up front. A lot of people save that for the end, but I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to make you wait to get what's rightfully yours, the accolades. You're going to get it here and now. That's the solid I'm doing for you. Today's video is a time lapse of RGBros comic "'Tis the Seasoning," which is all about taking care of your cast iron skillets. Here we are in the penciling phase here, working on drawing Reggie's stalks there. If you notice, we're in the kitchen and pushing some perspective in the background here. It's one of those things. I'm not going to claim to be great at perspective, definitely not, but you're not going to get any better at it by not trying to do it. So, trying to push myself. Did a little bit of perspective work in the comic that I put out today. I was pretty happy with it. It's probably not the best, as this is not the best as far as perspective goes, but you live and you learn, and then you get loves. And if you don't have a child, you end up with just a package of diapers. What are you gonna do with it? You gonna put it on your dog? I don't know. We used to do that with our dog when it was that time of the month. If your dog's not fixed, things happen, and it gets nasty. Sometimes a diaper helps. Dogs do not like wearing diapers, let me tell you. You seen a monkey? Monkeys don't mind the diaper. Dogs, totally different story. Not a fan. This is, Ray of Ray's Carts. You might recognize him from one of our year one comics having to do with Mario Kart. He's back again for his second appearance ever in an RGBros comic. He's gone through a little bit of a redesign. And his appearance in this comic is loosely based on a neighbor character that some friends of mine and I had come up with when we were working on this movie that we still haven't shot called My Secret Project. But in it, there's a neighbor character who's accusing one of the main characters in the movie of having slept with his wife. And my buddy Jeremy and I had always joked that maybe he doesn't. Either comes over to the guy's house and he's not wearing any clothes. Like, he's never wearing any clothes except for possibly tighty whities, maybe a necktie and tighty whities, or possibly just a necktie and being naked. Those were always little quirks we like to build in there. So in this comic, he's just wearing a pair of whitey tighties. I think it works out well for him. Here's Reggie popping a squat, taking a knee. I guess it's not quite a squat, but he is taking a knee there. And I had to change the legs a couple times to where I felt good about him. Getting these expressions right. You'll notice I change them up every once in a while. Especially if you can watch these videos, you'll see me run through 4 or 5 different mouths per person. Sometimes I figure that all out ahead of time. A lot of times I just do it on the fly. Some people like to keep a mirror close in hand to look at their face, or every once in a while I'll whip out the old cell phone camera and put it in selfie mode and start shooting a couple things to get expressions down. Sometimes it works out, sometimes not so much. This third frame here, Reggie, really like the way Reggie turns out in the third frame. This is like prime Reggie here, as far as facial proportions, getting the hair just right. I feel like this is just pretty perfect. You may disagree with me, but that's how I feel. I like it. I like it a lot. So, hope all you listeners out there have been having a good holiday. Hopefully getting a break from work. Spend some time with your families and whatnot. That's what I was doing on the last video when I talked to you. I was hanging out at my parents' place. We went up there for a few days. and had Christmas with my older brother. My younger brother lives in Cleveland, Ohio, and unfortunately he couldn't come down for Christmas because it's expensive to travel, and not everybody can make it. I mean, we were having some issues with the finances at the end of this year because of we're those lucky folks who have our car tags due the first month of the year, and then also we had to pay for firefighters, like the volunteer fire department around here. I guess you pay fire dues in January, so there's like just multiple added bills the first of next month. So that pile that onto having to have Christmas and taking care of your kid and making sure they're not getting screwed by the fact that you have extra bills and stuff like that. It gets tough. So I can't begrudge them not being able to make it down. We would have loved to have seen them. But maybe next year. You never know. But I hope you got to see everybody you wanted to see this year. And if not, maybe you got to Skype with them, talk to them on the phone, received a nice card from them, what have you. But we were up there, having a pretty nice Christmas. I got an iTunes card, which typically I don't, spend a lot of money on iTunes. I don't buy a ton of music from there just because I've never really been a guy who spends a ton of money on music at all anyway. I've got like a collection of old CDs that I listen to, when I'm in the mood. Other than that, it's mostly when I'm in the car or something. I listen to podcasts. If I'm in there by myself, like going to work or something. If I'm in there with my kid, then we're listening to whatever she wants to listen to music-wise, which, my wife usually picks that out and buys it on her iTunes account. But this year, I got an iTunes card and I actually had something to spend it on because many of you are probably aware, this game Mario Run recently came out on iOS devices. And while I don't have an iOS device at the moment, I'm using an iPad from work, and so I downloaded it on there and started playing it. And I got, you have 3 separate sections per stage. Like you go through and you get the pink coins, you go through and get the purple coins, and you go through and get the black coins, which I keep wanting to call gold coins because it's like they're blackish goldish, whatever. But they're black coins. And so I had just about gotten all of the black coins, which is like the third phase of every level, on all of the free trial stages. And I was like, oh man, I gotta play more of this game. I'm jonesing for it. And so luckily got hooked up with that iTunes gift card and was able to plunk down the $10 for it, which typically, if you're thinking about iPad apps and games and stuff, you're like, $10 is pretty expensive. But for a decent Mario game, and it's not just like a regular endless runner or whatever. This is Nintendo putting their classic sauce to work on it. I mean, it's very well done. The problems I've had with it so far are that there's this mode called I think it's called Toad Rally or something like that. I'm probably getting that wrong. It's Toad something, but you use tickets and you basically compete against other people to see who can get the most coins within a certain amount of time in a level. At least 50% of the time, probably more, I've experienced slowdown in the versus mode on the online portion. And that annoys the ever-loving piss out of me. Gotta tell you, if anybody from Nintendo is listening, I don't know if it's the iPad that I'm working on. I doubt it. I mean, it's not the newest model, but it's, newish. But this isn't some big, giant, graphically intensive game. It's a Mario side-scroller. So, fix your shit, Nintendo, when it comes to that multiplayer stuff online. Because the slowdown is killing me. It's killing me, Smalls. Other than that, things have been playing a lot over the break. When I have had a chance to play video games, 'cause I've been running around all over the place. Is my daughter and I have been playing Minecraft, and I don't know if I brought this up before, but I, up until just this month, have never really played Minecraft for any significant amount of time. I think I got into like a trial for it once and played it for about 2 seconds. I was like, I don't have time. It's just a limited trial anyway, whatever. And so I moved away from it. But I started playing it because my daughter was really wanting it. And I was like, Christmas is coming up. We'll get Minecraft for it. So we got Minecraft on the Xbox One and started playing that, and literally just hours disappear. That game eats time, and I'm sure everybody who's already played it is just going like, yeah, duh. Everybody's known this for God knows how many years. Josh, you're super late to the party. But you know what? Now I'm experiencing it, so I get to complain and moan to you about it here in this video. And I gotta say, I have the issue with Minecraft that I have with every game that has the thing where you make your own worlds, make your own levels, make your own characters, anything like that, is that I spend way, 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 way too much time in there doing it. And I gotta tell you, I mean, it's like crack. I can't stop myself when I get started in that game. Like just going and going and going and going. Today I had to resort to setting timers on my phone to be like, you're only going to play it for an hour. And then I got in there, me and the kiddo went in and played for an hour. It was great fun. It's crazy though, because right now my daughter and I are making two separate houses in the same world. And she will not build a furnace, and she will not build a crafting table. So she's constantly running in and out of my house, leaving the front door open. Monsters are getting all up in there. It's insane. And, I can't fault her. She's only 6. So, some of the mechanics are taking her some getting used to, but she's getting it, man. I mean, she's super adept at the Minecraft, which, is not uncommon for kids. I'm not going to, I like to think my daughter is special because she's my daughter, but also, there's tons of kids who are figuring out Minecraft. That's why they're using it in schools and all kinds of crazy stuff. But, I've been enjoying the hell out of it. It's just a ton of fun. One thing I've been thinking about doing, we're down in the painting portion of this here comic, so we're closing in on the end. But I'm trying to put together a book of the comic in the near future, and I'm 3 years into this thing. I may have talked about this before. I like the work I've done this year. Last year, I think for the most part, it was a learning year, and the art came a long way, I think, in year 2. Year 1, going back looking at a lot of those comics just hurts. I mean, it hurts me, the way they look. And, you can go back and take a look at them. I just, I'm not sad with the writing or anything. And, you got to grow. That was the first year I'd never really done anything like this. I mean, I've drawn most of my life, but I'd never, committed myself to doing something for a long period of time before starting this. And, there's definitely, you can see the growing pains through the first year. Definitely. You can see them a little less, moving on in the second year. It's just small improvements over time. But I'm thinking about possibly for doing a book going back and redrawing a lot of year 1, if not the entire thing. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? You think I should leave all the originals in exactly as they are, or go back and do the redux thing? Do me a favor. If you got this far into the video, drop a comment down there. Let me know what you think. Should I go back and change year 1 art for a book release, or just get the ugly stuff out there and be unapologetic about it? Because part of me is just like, everybody learns in their first year. You go back and look at the first years of like PvP, Penny Arcade, anything like that. Not that I'm on the level those guys are, but the art changes over time. But who knows? Let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. But as this video draws itself to a close, I'm gonna go ahead and wish you a Merry Holidays. And I think I've got one more of these videos coming out before the New Year, so I'm not gonna wish you a Happy New Year just yet. We'll save that for the next one. But that will be arriving shortly, just within the next couple of days. And it'll be a whole lot easier to lay this audio down now that I'm back in the home studio doing it. But thanks for sticking around, and I'll catch you later in the week. Adios!